2010 Fall LA2M kickoff event. Welcome. Welcome. You are in the right place. Wow. You know, we tweaked these microphones yesterday. They sound better. They sound better. So welcome to our fall kickoff program. It's going to be an exciting season of LA2M. A lot has happened since we took off for the summer. I don't know if you heard, but we finally got the non-profit, educational non-profit 501c3, which is great. I think it's great. I just got to figure out how best to use that. And our treasurer's not here. Stacy's not here, but just to give you an idea, we have, it looks like $3,500 in the bank, which is sitting there. We just did a donation to, we finally gave that donation to the Delana Center for $500. And so we're looking to do more charitable acts. As you know, this is technically a free event. You can come for free if you want to eat. That's $10, but we do pass the hat. And Tiffany just went to get some baskets so we can pass the hat. We do suggest a $3 donation, which basically covers our costs and helps us do good things. You know, we're a marketing educational organization. So we're hoping to, now that we're officially a nonprofit, maybe organize some larger events that can really help you with marketing questions and growing your businesses, etc. So that's really good news. What else? What else is new? So I'm going to tell you something. It hasn't officially been released yet, but it's happening, just so you know it. Mike Tirico is going to be speaking here on October 20th. I don't know if anybody knows him. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's the host of Monday Night Football. And he's going to be talking all about the World Cup. So it's going to be a great event all about the World Cup. You know, and it's going to be cool. So we'll put out the official release on that probably next week. So if anybody wants to blog about it or talk about it, maybe just wait till then. You know, we're just working through the final details, but that is happening. Okay. And Tiffany's going to pass the baskets, one on each side. This is Tiffany, she's a volunteer. So if you want to donate, you can just throw $3 in the hat, that'd be great, you don't have to. And what else? Oh yeah, the Mike Tirico event, we're going to be donating all the money to the Peace Neighborhood Center. So that'll be October 20th. And I'm assuming we're going to fill this entire place, and we might even fill that room over there. So we're working with Connor O'Neill's on that. We did just announce the schedule. We have a bunch of great speakers. This whole fall is going to be on internet marketing topics, which I think are pretty hot. I think people like to learn about that. And it's going to be great. Does anybody have a quick announcement they want to make about anything at the moment? Okay, D. Davey.
We're just looking for a couple of volunteers. And one of the events that we'll be holding at Lunch and Arbor Marketing on TEDx Day, which is the 29th of September, quite a few of the regulars are going to be over at TEDx. So we still want to hold a TEDx-themed event at LA2M, but we need somebody to run that and manage that for us. The game plan is to run two of the previous 2009 TEDx Detroit videos and follow the normal format of introductions at the end. So if anybody would step forward to actually manage that event for us, we would be very grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Dee. And that's basically, if you're not going to go down to TEDx Detroit, which is September 29th, if you're not into a regular, it's a real good opportunity. You basically do what Dee and I usually do. It might affect the crowd a little bit at TEDx. I think some people probably go to that, but I think showing some videos would be cool, and we certainly want to have the meeting that day. So come talk to Dee or I if you're interested. And okay, there is one thing going on here I want to announce coming up on the 17th at Connor O'Neill's. Inforum, some of you might be aware of Inforum. It used to be the Women's Economic Club. They are simulcasting their annual meeting, or their kickoff meeting here. So this would be a great event. It's networking. It'll primarily be women, so a lot of the women from the Women's Exchange might want to show up for this. And that's going to be next Wednesday. And there's information at inforummichigan.org. So if you're interested in that, you can talk to myself, you can talk to Tiffany in the middle there. And she'll tell more about that too. So anyways, without further ado,
what time is that, Derek?
What time is that? It's right at noon time, right? It's noon?
11:30.
Okay, so it's 11:30 to 1:30. And they actually simulcast the speakers from Detroit. So the one in Detroit is going to be at the Motor City Casino next Friday.
You said Wednesday earlier.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's Friday. Sorry. Next Friday, the 17th. Yeah. And it's really cheap to come to this one. It's like $10 or something. I forget what the cost is. Tiffany has all the details. She'll say more about it. So anyways, without further ado, I think we're all here to learn about Facebook advertising, and I've been talking too much. So Meaghan McCann is our first speaker of the year, which is a real position of honor within the LA2M family, and she deserves it because she does a lot for our community. And Meaghan runs a company called Search Ad Marketing. She also runs a group called the Pay-Per-Click Club. That's kind of like a tongue twister, yeah. The Pay-Per-Click Club, which is kind of like the Joy Luck Club or some of those other organizations. But they all talk about like pay-per-click, right? So it's very interesting, and you can talk to Meaghan about that. And let's give her a big round of applause, Meaghan McCann.
Can you hear me in the back? No. Can you hear me in the back now? Play with me, Derek.
Oh, okay.
Hello? I think the speaker just needs to come.
Okay, I think you turned it up a little bit.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to LA2M. Woohoo! Let's hear it. So I'm going to jump right in because I have a lot to cover about Facebook advertising, so forgive me for not really sharing a bunch of pleasantries. But I will tell you a little bit more about myself. I've been in sales and customer service roles for about 15 years. The last 10 of those I focused on marketing. My past life, I worked in print, mail distribution, and fulfillment. And I got into digital media because of shifts that I was seeing in the old way of doing things. Still a current way of doing things, but a lot more of the information coming into us was data-driven from online sources. So I had an opportunity to kind of jump ship from that job and get into the internet advertising side of things. And so I learned the Google AdWords program. And I've been doing Google AdWords for about 3 years. And in hand with that are other online advertising media, such as Facebook and other social media advertising programs that are coming more into the light now. So we wanted to take the opportunity for the series that LA2M is presenting through the fall with the internet marketing portion to kick it off with the big guy, and that is Facebook right now. It's all the buzz is about Facebook. So I want to pass the basket. I'm actually going to do a giveaway. I have a 1-hour presentation on DVD. You put your name in a hat. I'll do a drawing for the DVD. It's a more expanded version of this presentation, but just know that by doing so, you are implying your consent for me to contact you. All right. So today we're going to talk about what Facebook advertising is, whether or not it's for you and how to find that out, how to get started, why you should do it, the behavior of the ads, which is pretty much live fast and die young. They're burn really quick. What landing pages look like on Facebook, and then what kind of tracking is available to you. So a little bit about Facebook right now. There are over 500 million users on Facebook worldwide. We're gaining in popularity among women of 55 and older. So that means if you've got a business that has that demographic to target, this is a really great place for you to get exposure to that audience. Also, the stickiness among teens is dropping, and that's because mom and grandma are jumping on board to start communicating and just watching and keeping in touch with their own friends. They might care in the beginning what son or daughter or granny or the grandkids are doing, but really they're focusing about them. It's their experience as well. So kids don't quite get that, so they're kind of jumping ship. But I think Facebook is going to try and keep their coolness about them as far as the teens are as well. I just don't know how they're going to do it. So some really interesting things are happening on Facebook. Zuckerberg, the CEO founder of Facebook, predicts that within the next 12 months, they're going to hit 1 billion users worldwide. So that's like doubling where they're at now. It's taken a few years for them to get to this point. It's going to explode. So being on Facebook where they're advertising at this point is good for a number of reasons. If you're here now, you're going to start building history, and that will play a role in how effective your campaigns can be down the road. Here's a really good part about what Facebook did. They stole the woman who created the AdWords program on Google. So they needed a way to monetize their system. She was the one who did it so successfully with Google. They just took her away a couple years ago. So that's why a couple years ago you started seeing these ads appearing on Facebook, because they got someone who could successfully handle it. And they're predicting one more year of easy and cheap real estate on Facebook, because more people are starting to recognize the value and the opportunity that it presents. And as more people start competing for that space and for those interest groups, then the prices are going to go up, and it's going to be harder to get that little 2-inch square on Facebook to show your products and services. So what is it? It is Facebook's friendly way of monetizing their site. A couple of years ago, there was a bunch of buzz online. People were posting, Facebook's going to start charging, I'm not going to pay to use Facebook, blah, blah, blah. They heard that loud and clear and got the message, which is why they started to use this advertising program, which helps really even engage users more, because all of the ads that are served are relevant to your interests, primarily. If the advertiser has done a good job of targeting the group, then everything that you see should be very relevant to what you have told Facebook that you're interested in. It acts similar to the display network, which is a part of search engine advertising, where ads are shown on websites outside of search engines. So when you get the display ads or the video ads that you see on websites you might visit, New York Times or Martha Stewart or whatever your favorite websites are, you get the graphic ads. This acts the same way, where you're targeting interests instead of keywords. Where in the search campaigns, you're really picking the keywords that people are looking for at that moment. Facebook is much more passive. So you're serving things to them based on their interests, not even based on the conversation that they're having. So you look at it this way, when people go to Google to do a search, it's all data-driven and information-driven. And on Facebook, it's more like the library. It's more social, or excuse me, more like a coffee shop. It's more social. People are it's catching their eye in a more passive way. They're not there to find anything. They're there to play. So as we get into this a little bit more, you hear about how we're going to draw people's eyes away from what they're doing. So where on Facebook is it? They place ads on your home page, which is your news feed, also within your profile page, and then on your fan pages as well. You do not own your web pages in Facebook. That's Facebook's property. So unlike your own website where you could have or have not AdSense, Facebook can place ads on your pages. And it might be for your competitors, and you don't have any control over that. So this is what it looks like. The ads are primarily over here on the right-hand side. And if you notice the X at the corner of every ad, has anybody clicked on this X in the past? No. Do you want to know what happens when you do? What happens is this. It makes your experience much more pleasurable, because what you're doing is providing Facebook with information. When you click on that X, the ad goes away, and what comes up are some radio buttons for you to choose. Oh, you're not interested in this? Why? And you can choose a couple of options: irrelevant, not interesting, a couple other ones. Or you can put in other at the bottom. They have an option for other, and you fill in your information. And this helps advertisers and users for its own reasons. Number one, the users, as you're telling Facebook what you like and don't like, they're capturing that data on the individual level. So your experience will improve. You are only going to be served ads that are more relevant to you. For the advertisers, it's helpful, because now the interest groups that Facebook makes available for you to choose are that much more specific and targeted. So while you're on Facebook, if you see an ad that you're like, that doesn't have anything to do with me, tell them. It's just going to improve your experience down the road. So is it for you? I follow the AdWords guru, Terry Marshall. And Terry Marshall and his team have spent the last 18 months dissecting and testing and abusing Facebook's advertising system. And they came up with a whole program, including a quick survey that you can take to see if it's for you. And it will cover questions such as, do you sell to consumers? Do you promote events? Is your business locally focused? Maybe 10 or 12 questions in this exam. I don't want to call it an exam, it's a survey. And what they do is immediately after you have submitted your results, they serve you back this report of they give you a grade of whether or not they think that you would be a good fit to serve ads on Facebook. And they also tell you things to consider, and they make some recommendations for you. So I gave a short URL for it because the other one was longer. And you can use the bit.ly, bit.ly / is FB4, the number 4, for me. It's not a spammy thing. You're not going to get anything but take it directly to that survey. So I suggest you do it, test it out, see what comes back for you to find out whether or not Facebook is a right fit for your business. So aside from that, while you're considering advertising on Facebook, things for you to think about are this. Does what you offer bring people together who share a common interest? Is it personality driven? And what you're thinking about here is, why are people on Facebook? What are they doing while they're there? The whole purpose of Facebook is to bring people together. They're sharing information, they're talking, they're keeping up on what's going on with other people. So to have something that's completely unrelated to that is not going to be very successful. So as you're thinking about what you want to do on Facebook, consider if you're in an education organization, clubs, groups, if you're planning reunions, anything that brings people together, events, holidays, advertise well on Facebook. Things that bring people together like food, we're talking about health, fun, toys, and games. Does anybody here do and participate in any of these types of businesses? Oh, come on. If you bring people together, you hold events. Who holds events?
Sampler.
All right, who's involved in clubs? Who runs a club?
LA2M.
So there are a number of people in here who would be able to use Facebook for those purposes. So why should you? It's because this is the most targeted advertising available anywhere. I'm all about Google AdWords. I love the AdWords program and really the paid search programs out there because they allow you to be there when somebody needs your product and service. But these more passive forms of advertising, Facebook specifically, allows you to be there while people don't know they need you yet. So they're engaging and having fun with their friends, but meanwhile they've got their interests in the back of their mind. They know what they're interested in. They see an ad that interests them. Now they get pulled over into the ad. So it's very targeted for the interest. So the costs are lower than any of the search engines. From what I've seen in the few ads I've run for myself and for clients, is they're anywhere between 46 and 86 cents. Typically, Google costs are over $1. You can get them lower, but that takes a lot of work. And your competitors don't know what they're doing. So by the time you leave here today, you're going to have a good idea of how to get campaigns up and running successfully, where your competitors are just going to throw money at it and interest at it and not know how to do it right. So there are a number of goals to consider. You want to increase your fan base. You want to get people to attend an event. You want them to buy something or subscribe. Anybody else have an idea of what you could use Facebook advertising for? For branding? Absolutely. So to get your word out to a broad range of people is another application for Facebook advertising. So knowing who your market is, you need to understand who the people are that are interested in what you have, what their interests are, what their hobbies are, what they do when they get home from work at the end of the day. Understand related interests as they are related to your product or service. And then can they be segmented? And segmenting means they're interested in crafts. Great. Are they interested in woodworking, knitting, some other craft, quilting, whatever? Can they be segmented further? Facebook is getting more sophisticated in the level of interest it lets you choose when you're setting up your ad campaign. So figure out how far down, how finite you can get that group, and you're going to be that much more successful with your campaigns. And then what action do you want? You want them to sign up for something? Do you want them to fan your page? We talked about that a minute ago. Another really important point is, what are you going to do once they take that action? Having a plan to keep them in your funnel. Are you going to just have them fan your page and then not engage with them, not ask them to participate more? You have to have a whole strategy in place to do the advertising portion of it. Otherwise, why do it? You'd be wasting your money. So to have a call to action on that landing page rather than just sending somebody say, hey, fan me, that's great, but have a plan on what to do later. Or opt into something that's great, but put them in a list where you're going to contact them at a later date. More strategies are, here's the big point about Facebook advertising, the images are king. You know, we say content is king. Well, on Facebook, when advertising comes to play, it's the images. Because remember, think about what you do when you're on Facebook. You're probably not looking around at stuff. You're concentrating on whatever it is you're doing. You're talking to people, you're updating your status, you might be playing shoot 'em up Bill or farm animal, whatever. Those games are in there. You have to have an image that's going to capture the attention. They have to pull their eyes away from what they're doing and look at your ad. So content is secondary to that image. You got to have something eye-catching. So you think about what's going to distract and then evoke some emotion. Maybe they're having a conversation right now that your ad may come into play and pull them in through the imagery. All right, ad copy. This is secondary to the image, but it is still important. And this is how you have I'll get this in a second. There's 25 characters in the headline and 135 characters in the ad copy. And within that 135 characters, try to work in these elements. And they are an offer, a benefit, the benefit of your product or service, a call to action, and reason to act. And I like to brainstorm these in an Excel spreadsheet and then build different ads by putting together different combinations of each of those elements. So that way you kind of got ready set ads to go that you just match up with different enticing images. So I want to show you where you find to get into the advertising program. And down here, sorry about that. At the bottom of your Facebook page, there's a small menu. You can choose the advertising button, or if you have a page already, underneath your picture, there's a link to pages and ads and pages, and you can click on that to start building your ad. It's going to bring you to this page here. You'll click the Create an Ad button, and then you'll design the ad by choosing your image. And if you have stock photography, great. Google Images is another great resource, although watch the copywriting and get your permissions. I don't just want to say go out there and use the Google Images, but that is something that's available. So design your ad with your copy. We said the headline is 25 characters, your body is 35 characters, and I gave you the list of things to consider for putting into your ad. Then target your audience. I'm going to actually get out of this presentation and go into Facebook and show you a trick for targeting the interests. Location targeting. Who has locally based business here today? Very local focused? Okay, great. Demographics, gender, marital status, age, education level. These are some of the demographic selections that you have to choose. There's more. And then their interests. So let me bug out of here, take you. So I'm sorry, you just get a portion of the screen, but this is when you started creating an ad. There's the likes and interests box up here. For me, I want people interested in marketing. So you see there's a drop down that Facebook has provided. These are common interests that people have listed. None of them fit what I want. So I'm just going to start throwing in different letters. And this is going to bring up a whole different set of selections. So you are not glued to the original set that they give you. If you just go through the alphabet from after your core, now it's bringing up all these others. This is a very big trick, people. Not many people know about this. So you can do really great targeting by using that little tip. We'll get back into the presentation. So other things we're going to do, these are the steps you'll follow as you start building the campaign, or to assign the campaign, just means name it, set your pricing. They will give you bid recommendations, and you can choose cost per click, or you can choose cost per impression. Cost per impression really means your cost per 1,000 impressions. And from what I've seen so far, seems that cost per click is a little more cost effective than cost per impression, but play with it. You have to do some testing. And it really is all about testing when you get down to it. The targeting that you choose, I showed you all the options from the interest that you can choose. You can create a campaign for every single interest that you can target and choose the appropriate demographics for that campaign. And that is going to help you with your tracking to see what audience responds best to your offers. And then within those groups, you also want to change out your ads as well, because maybe one image might perform better than another image to a specific group. So I recommend starting small. Just pick a very minute piece of your business to do a test on before you explode it out and try a bunch of different products or services. Because you want to see what the behavior is like on Facebook as it's opposed to other advertising media that we've tried in the past. And scheduling, you can schedule your ads as well, what time that you want them to show. So I took a bunch of panels of ads to show you the more eye-catching ones. And to me, there are a number that pop out here, and some that just kind of fade and don't catch attention. So as you are considering the images to use, I recommend doing searches on Facebook, and you do that simply by going into your profile and hitting the refresh button. And every time you hit the refresh button, it refreshes the page and new ads are served. So you can see what images people are using to attract you. And it'll give you an idea of what it takes to pull your eyes away from your current activity. So I love Sting, but man, is that boring. What catches my eye is the laptops at the top, and then maybe the fans, and these in red and kind of the green ones. But anything with the grayish, non-color doesn't do much for me, and I'm wondering if it does much for you. Anybody got a comment on what they think is eye-catching on this slide? Yes, Kim?
The focus one. It was the first one that I went to. It was simple, clean, and the white lettering on the red box.
Yeah, right. Okay, good. Anybody else? Yes.
I like the Dairy Queen.
The Dairy Queen one? Yeah. Ice cream catches my attention too. Anybody else? They're drawing your eye, right? Okay, right. That's kind of what I think too. So visualize these, and then when you do your research, refresh your page and just get an idea for the colors and the images, the graphics that would pull you away from your activity. So another important part of advertising on Facebook is to keep the people who click on your ad on Facebook. They're there because they want to spend time there. If they click on an ad and they're taken off of Facebook, number one, they're not going to trust you. And number two, they want to go back to what they were doing before. They expect to be left to their own, within that level of trust. So they trust Facebook. They're saying, Facebook, fine, I'll click on your ads, but keep me here so I can get back to doing what I was doing quickly. What you can do then on a landing page like this, I've got a couple landing page examples for you. This one was created with a program called FBML. You all know HTML? FBML is a Facebook markup language. And there are a number of web developers in the area that know how to do this. And can create very nice landing pages on your Facebook page. What you want is to tell them what to do when they get to your landing page. It's very similar to what you do with paid advertising, say on Google. You have a landing page on your website. They're expecting to go to your website, but you still want them to take an action. You still need to tell them what to do. And whatever it is that you want them to do, whether it's download your white paper or a case study or opt into something or buy something, they can do that on Facebook. You can take payments through PayPal on Facebook, so you can sell product. So to have people come into Facebook, keep that level of trust, And then you can take them out. If you manage to collect their information, get them on your email list, you can direct them or make them register for an event on your own website, whatever it is that you want the behavior to do. So another example, well, this page, Easy Articles, wants to build their fan base, to start communicating with larger masses of people. So they just want people to click on the like button. Here's another one. I like this page. Everything is above the fold. You don't have to scroll down to continue looking at what's going on this page. And there's kind of a double readership path. And by that, I mean you get the information in two ways. You immediately look at this, oh, here's a big red arrow. They want me to like the page. Or you can go through and read the content if you're a more detail-oriented person. So there's two options here on how to get that information. And again, it's all contained on one above the fold image. And here's another example. This is a local attorney who wants more fans for their page as well. They provide a lot of content. And their call to action is to call them. This isn't something I necessarily like because of the tracking. I like to be able to see digitally what actions people are taking. And you can do that through the reporting that's available on Facebook. Or if you have somebody call. It's not the same thing as website. You're engaging them in a different way than you are engaging them with your own website. But this is okay because it's clean and it's above the fold. And it's not just taking them to the wall and saying, hey, fan our page there. So tips are to use the eye-catching images, keep them on Facebook to keep that level of trust, create engaging landing pages with some creativity. It's pretty simple to do. And you need to tell them what to do, your call to action. What is it that you want to get out of them? Now there's reporting on Facebook where you can see your click-through rate. And the goal on Facebook is to get a 0.1 click-through rate. On search engines, it's 1%. This is 0.1. So common low, 0.01 to 0.1 is what we're looking at. I rarely have seen anything over 0.1. And the way to get that level of a click-through rate is to have those very targeted and finite campaigns available. So pick a specific interest, pick a specific demographic, pick a specific location, there's a single campaign. And that's how you can really improve those click-through rates. The more targeted and specific you get, the more successful your campaigns will be. So there are reports available on Facebook for the ad performance, your responder data, who they are, what demographic groups that they are in, and what your conversions are, what actions they've taken based on what you have said that you want them to do. So the ads, I said earlier, they live hard, they die young. It's a fast burn just because of the interest levels on Facebook. People might be interested in the beginning and click on ads, and then they've seen them a number of times, and it's like 2 weeks before it takes an ad to die. Who's run some ads on Facebook? Ross? Please, people, come on. All right, and what have you seen happen? Less than 2 weeks? Derek, what's your experience there?
What?
For an ad to just die from.
Yeah, it's true. The results are really good at the beginning, and then
It dies. Yeah. 5 minutes? Okay. I got 5 minutes, or I know. So the idea here is to keep an eye on your reports and refresh your ad. Just stick a new graphic in there. Find some of the images that you like, that you think might be effective, and just change them out. It can be as simple as just revising your ad creative. So it's the interest levels. All right. The takeaways for today for you are that Facebook advertising is the most targeted advertising available because of the demographic, because of the location targeting, because of the interest targeting that Facebook has. Remember, when you set your profile up, you filled it with all kinds of personal information. Movies you like, books you like to read, whether or not you're married, all of this stuff is in there for 500 million people. So finding groups that you can target that are relevant to you, if you've taken that survey and find that Facebook is good for you, is going to be very good for your successful campaign. So create your ad to distract. Use graphics that pull their eye away from what they're currently doing. They're not interested in you. They're not looking for what you have. You have to distract them. So use an eye-catching graphic to keep them on Facebook for the trust level. utilize the Facebook markup language pages within your web page. You can use a welcome page. You can send them to any page. You can create a custom page specifically for a landing page for your Facebook advertising. And then revive dying ads just by refreshing the image. You can change the copy too if you've got new ad copy that you'd like to try. And then monitor your results for the revisions with the reporting that's available on Facebook. I'm taking questions. David. Oh, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, one thing that's really interesting about this compared to Google AdWords is that you have the closed-loop feedback mechanism. You know, when you do get people saying, I didn't like this ad or it's irrelevant, whatever, does that data come back full circle to the advertiser in the, like a performance dashboard?
Not that I've seen, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's coming.
Okay, because that would be really cool.
Right.
When Facebook is mining interest or mining profiles to deliver interest, are they simply looking at what you have said are your interests, or are they also mining your updates and your content?
For the advertising, it's just like what you have provided in your profile, that they can neatly categorize.
All right.
I'm just curious. A lot of times when I click on an ad, it goes to an application and it says I have to give them permission to look at my friends and family, etc. And I never do. Is there a reason why the application needs my information?
That's out of my ballpark. I wish I can answer that for you. That's a whole, yeah.
Yeah, those are applications, or ads for applications, which...
You don't know ahead of time.
Right.
Okay.
Can I actually field that question a little bit too?
Please.
It actually ties back into what your user-defined profile settings are. So if you're someone like me, you pretty much can't do anything to my Facebook without my permission, but it all ties back into your privacy settings, what level of trust you define for applications. And if the application they direct you to exceeds the trust level that you defined, then you get bounced to one of those exception pages. Do you want Farm Bill to have access to your life?
Thank you.
My question for you was, is there an incentive on Facebook for like quality-based advertising? Because in Google we see sort of the balance between bid and quality score determining our ad rank. So has Facebook introduced something like that? Because it seems to me until you have that in place, your segmentation, doesn't so much matter if bottom line I can throw my ad out there to a million people, how many are going to click is going to be my bottom line on what I pay versus the quality of my offer.
Right, no, there's no quality score now. Really the quality is gauged by how users are interacting with the ad and how long it's sustaining. So if you've got an ad that's dying right away, the relevancy is dying. It's just it's a completely different nature than what you've got with AdWords.
Meaghan, thank you. Do you see using Facebook user group as an alternative or in conjunction with forums for collecting information for company improvements, product development, all of those good things that businesses want to know about themselves from their users?
Yeah, absolutely, because as people are on Facebook, and you're keeping them there so you can advertise to get them into those arenas and engage with them more that way. And you're keeping them there to do that. Yes.
Hi, Joel Berman. Does Facebook charge then by click-throughs clicking on the ad, or do they also charge for impressions when you see the ad?
Either way, they do click, pay-per-click, and then the cost per 1,000 impressions. You can choose. And they give you estimates of what each of those might be. But that was right, but they're estimates.
When you were talking about your click-through rate,
Yeah.
Mark, and you mentioned that it was about 1/10 of what you'd expect on Google, yet your costs for the ads were only about half. And I was wondering, is it reasonable to expect a positive return on investment at some point?
Oh, absolutely. And if you're not doing it, and you're not getting a positive return, why do it? you need to return on your investment, otherwise don't invest the time. The costs are going to be relatively low for a while until it starts getting more competitive. So jump in, get your history built. Because in a year when things get more competitive, if you have already been there, you're just going to have that much better background.
So what is an application?
I'm not the person that asked them.
Any more questions? Okay, let's give Meaghan a big round of applause. Meaghan McCann, thank you very much. Do you want to draw someone? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Oh, I love to use your hat. The hat of honor. Thank you. I'll have you draw. I'll hold your. Oh, hold your hat. Oh, no, Alana, I don't even want to try your last name. Northwestern Mutual?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, okay.
It's your lucky day. All right, well, thanks, Meaghan. So now we go into the introductions part of our program where we pay the men and women in black while we're doing this, but we pass the mic and tell us your name, your company, and in 5 words or less what you're looking for. We got to get around the whole room in about 15 minutes, and we will start over here. Please stand up when you do it.
Hi, I'm Mark Thompson-Kohler. I'm a student at the University of Michigan School of Information. Just here visiting, seeing what's going on.
Basically what he said, we're classmates. My specialization is human computer interactions, so I'm studying to be a usability professional, and I'll be graduating in December, looking for a job.
Who are you?
My name is Bruce Shields, sorry.
My name is Kim Kachadorian. I'm better known as Geeky Marketer. And I'm currently in transition looking for a marketing/PR/advertising job. Website's geekymarketer.com.
Hi, I'm Kaneka Terrace. I'm a designer by experience and trade, but I can design social media for business, and I specialize in helping entrepreneurs launch.
Hi, my name is Gerald Washington, and I specialize in doing primarily print creative services, but as well as website design, that sort of thing.
Hello, I'm Sherry Marcy. I'm your ambassador from GLEQ, Great Lakes Entrepreneurs Quest. We run competitions based on business plans. We're looking also for mentors. So if you're in the service industry helping startup companies or small companies, sign up on the website, www.gleq.org. The money keeps getting bigger. We have $1 million competition coming up, so I urge you to see the website.
Laura Spensley, Serpro Canton, Serpro, Washington County, your 24-hour fire and water remediation specialist. Disasters strike fast. We make them like they never even happened. Hi, I'm Rhonda Foxworth from Bank of Ann Arbor, and we're always looking for individuals and businesses who value local banking.
Oh, hi again. I'm Elena Eppenhill, Northwestern Mutual. So it's insurance, financial planning, change people's lives, and I'm excited for the DVD.
Hi, I'm Owen Carthon. I'm a software engineering consultant and entrepreneur in the Ann Arbor area, and I help small companies get themselves off the ground with software that works.
Hi, I'm Joey Sylvia, and I help startups again get off the ground. Also, same ground, I guess. And I do social media, so I help people develop social media programs. So I'm Joey.
Hi, Bob Shannon. I have my own CPA firm. I specialize in helping entrepreneurs get off the ground and deal with the rocks and shoals of tax and accounting. By the way, the good news is we're legit. We got the letter from the IRS, so after incredible agony, we made it.
Mike Wynn was saying they're training. We work with established entrepreneurs. So the folks who are already off the ground, but they're maybe fed up with how their business is growing and they want to sell more, but they don't want to be a salesperson. So that's where we come in. Mike Wynn with Sandler Training.
Thanks, Mike.
I'm Carol Cam. It's been a while since I've been here. We've been going through a lot of changes in my business. We are no longer a franchise, and we've moved our location. We used to be in the Colonnade. We're now in Colonial Lanes Plaza, and our new name is Encore Online Resale. I have business cards if anybody wants one. Thank you very much.
My name is Brian Hogue. I'm with Hoover Street Auto Repair. And I don't care if you're starting out or well established. If you drive a car, I'm looking for you.
Hi, I'm Nancy Howard. I'm here from Washtenaw Community College and been here a few times before. We have some classes coming up, amazingly enough, in social media marketing, partly due to this group coming here and getting ideas. And our classes are hands-on workshops. So if you've got a nice taste here and want to know more and sit there with an expert and learn, come to us. We've got a couple of great e-marketing classes. And I do have to say, we have an instructor for some classes that are coming up. Maybe not marketing, but Roger Rail is going to be teaching a really cool new class, Google Earth Ancestral Journeys. You can plot out your ancestors' journey using Google Earth. So just check the WCC Lifelong Learning catalog online.
Hey everybody, Dave Cam. I'm principal at IB Marketing Consulting Services. My focus is technology marketing. So I work with small and mid-sized companies, technology-based companies, on all sorts of marketing programs. So if anybody has referrals into that kind of space, that'd be great. Also, I'd like to put in a plug for Jeanette Gutierrez up there. Hi, Jeanette. She's a great designer. If you need design work, go talk to her. She's rock solid. So I just wanted to pass that along.
I'm Mark Olivier, and I do affiliate marketing.
I'm Joel Vergan, Internet Marketing Guru for local businesses, concentrating on getting the best return on investment on advertising dollars through web pages, email campaigns, search engine marketing, and after today, probably Facebook.
Hi, I'm Eric Rodriguez, Client Services Manager with Ingenix Digital Marketing.
Graham Mikey, excuse me, I also work at Ingenix with Derek and Eric, and we offer a full suite of digital marketing services.
I'm Wayne Aker. I'm a freelance web developer.
Hi, I'm Deb Nystrom, Revelin Consulting, and I do coaching for leaders, wannabe leaders, and organization development for vast empires. So anything in between I can probably do. But anyway, my ask is that I'm working on changemanagementresources.com. We're in pre-launch, meaning we are launched, but the bigger launch is coming later this fall. And if that is intriguing to you and you have any international connections with people in that field, talk to me.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Stahl, and I'm losing my voice today. But I work with anybody who's anybody, entrepreneurs or business, established businesses, or anything in between. I do energy healing, hands-on healing, which is called, the healing modality is called quantum touch.
Hi, I'm Janet Wolford, and I'm here not in my scrubs today for those who have seen me here before. I work at the University of Michigan. I'm coordinator for a center that does phenotyping on mice and rats. So EKG, blood pressure, balance coordination, things like that. And I've also come up with a device that makes anesthetizing mice and rats safer for people. So I'm hoping to launch that here this year.
Hi, my name is Jody Munson. I'm with Evergreen Energy Savers. We do energy audits and building efficiency upgrades. Been in business about 5 years, looking to expand and learn a little bit about marketing. And I've not heard of you guys before, but I think I'm in the right place.
Hi everyone, I'm Kendra Kerr with the Entrepreneur Source, and my clients come to me when they're not finding jobs. They want to take their great talent and skills that they've gained through corporate America and want to apply it to a business opportunity. So my ask today is for anybody who knows who's unemployed and who'd like to maybe own their own business through franchising.
Hi, my name is Scott Stewart. I'm a commercial photographer. I specialize in portraiture, lifestyle, products, and some architecture. ScottStewartPhoto.com.
Hi, my name is Chris Temko. I'm from Dearborn, and I just kind of came in lately, just a few minutes ago, because of the parking issue I've never used here before. And so I'm from a company called www.christemko.com. My latest customer is a client, work with actress Ann Jillian. out in California. And what I do is I record and have recorded almost 3,000 audio files, mostly teleconference calls. So if you ever need to have a conference call recorded and edited, I can do that.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Reisner. I'm an interactive marketing coordinator at Ingenix Digital Marketing. It's the first time I've got to say that. I just got promoted. I'm the girl to talk to if you want to come to the Inform event coming up. It's going to be really interesting. If you can't make it to Detroit, you can come here and see the event live. So it'll be really exciting.
Hi, I'm Molly Dargan, and I'm an intern at Ingenix.
And I'm Roger Rail, independent information consultant, and anything to do with information infrastructure. And as Nancy mentioned, I'm teaching a course, actually a couple courses at Google Earth this fall. The other one's just how to use Google Earth in all of your business, or I guess it's oriented a little bit towards teachers, but you don't have to be a teacher to take it. And if you need to park, first time, park out back. There's a big parking lot back there. How many are here for the first time, by the way? Okay, so everybody got signed in, right? Because we next time you come, all you have to do is check your name off the list.
We missed someone. We missed our other filmographer back here. I'm just going to run this back real quick.
I haven't done this with microphones. Earplugs here. I'm Janice Meaghan Images, and I am a commercial photographer. I'm also a marketing consultant. And what I've done that's a little bit different is I can do portraits, I can do events, but what I specialize is in visual storytelling for business. So if you want to tell a story about what you do, the people that work in your place, and you want to do it in a candid, in a very sharp, concise way, I can help you with it. Meaghan Images, MILHEM.com. Thank you.
Very nice. You should be in television. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Karen Dickinson. I'm a freelance web designer doing front-end coding in particular. So I like to pair up with a graphic designer who does all the visuals, and I get it into web pages for you. That's about it.
Hello everybody, I'm Bill Drake. I've started my own company this year called Drake Tech with a K at the end. So draketech.com, I'm helping small businesses with their document management and with their data management. So all of you businesses, whether you're on the ground or off the ground, you've got lots of data and you need to make sure you have that backed up and stored and secure.
Hi, I'm Amy Powers. I do windmills and wind farms and algae farms, things like that. But I'm here because I'm also have been planning and talking for a long time about doing a website for children's books in multiple languages.
Hi, I'm Scott Watchman. I work with eSearch Vision. We're a SEM, a paid search company managing large-scale portfolio clients. We license technology and do full account management services as well.
Hi, I'm Mark Seiken, software developer. I've never been to these LA2M big things before, so I came out of curiosity.
Hi, I'm Holly Bilala. I'm a Spark consultant and a business startup consultant. I have my own business, Agile Growth Strategies.
Hi, I'm Brian Norford. I'm new to the community. Started doing marketing at Dynamic Edge with Bruce McCulley, and we eliminate computer edits.
Hello, I'm Ross Johnson with a company called 3.7 Designs, and companies come to us when they're looking for a visually rich design for their website, or the website isn't performing kind of what they would have hoped. I'm also a proud member of Meaghan's P2C2, the pay-per-click club, and it's great. Anybody who's doing something with pay-per-click really should come and check it out, because it's really valuable even for somebody who does it pretty frequently.
Well, y'all know who I am, but I'll tell you anyway. Meaghan McCann with Search Ad Marketing. We provide done-for-you pay-per-click services as well as training in a classroom-style environment.
Hi, I'm Carter Sherline from Print Studios, and I'm a commercial, editorial, and portrait photographer, which means I shoot products, people, events, anything except for weddings.
Carter donates and takes photos here, which is really cool, and posts them to LA2M Flickr page. So my name is Derek Marivon, CEO of Ingenix Digital Marketing. Really glad to be here. I also teach at Michigan State University. Great school just down the road from here. And I teach the new media driver's license out there. So thanks everyone for coming. Please feel free to invite your friends next time. And my ask? Oh, my ask. My ask is I really need someone to run the TEDx lunch on the 29th. So if anyone's feeling enthusiastic about doing that, that'd be a great way to get some exposure. And here's Dee Davey to close things off.
Hi, I'm Dee Davey, Creative Ideas Marketing. I help overstretched and under-resourced marketing teams get projects off their desk without the investment of a full-time resource. I also help product development teams create and launch new service ideas. Creative Ideas Marketing is the company, Dee Davey is the name, but I'm also the voice of Lunch Ann Arbor Marketing. And as Derek announced earlier, we have a full program ahead. We have speakers lined up from now through December, and we're even working on the January program. And next week's speaker, we have Angela Kujava from Logic Solutions coming to talk about mobile applications from idea to application store. So see you next week at Lunch Ann Arbor Marketing. Thank you for coming.